Definitely, and I know exactly what you're saying. I on the sense of he's going to bring everything out of you that he sees in you. I happened to be here one day and overheard a kid saying how he didn't really want to spar, he didn't really want to work today, and coach was just like, "What the hell you come to the gym for?"
Yeah.
Like seriously, what did you come here for today?
Yeah,
you hang out, look around, like
yeah, no,
you come here to work.
That's where it comes with the fortitude stuff. Like he teaches me, you know. Cause there's been times I come in here, I'm like, "Oh, gee, man, you know, man, I got this going on. I'm feeling about this. I'm feeling about that." He was like, "Money, your mind has to get stronger." You know, it's like you already think you're strong, but then when you start working with Musa, it really starts showing you got a lot of holes in yourself. It's like the boxing, of course, that's right here, but he helps develop you as a person, as a man, you know, because the person you are outside the ring is going to show up in the ring. He always tells me everything goes together. Like when it comes to being on time, from the way you dress, you know, if you consider yourself greatness, you need to be carrying yourself like that, like I do. He said, you know, and it's still stuff that I'm still working on too, but he constantly preaches a lot of stuff to me. Like he'll say the same thing over and over. It may not be the same day, but you're going to hear it again and again and again. And that seed starts growing. And then now when I'm moving out here, I start telling people stuff he told me before. You know, now I'm telling them. And now I'm starting to catch myself, okay, I got to do this better. Like, it was one time I was grabbing something out of the little bin, and I'm sitting there digging, trying to find a remote. He was like, "You don't need to be doing all that." He said, "Take your time and be, you know, precise with what you're doing." And I was like, okay, because then when I was doing that, then I found what I was looking for. But I was sitting there jumbling around through everything. I couldn't find it. I was upstairs in my car one day trying to find something. I caught myself doing all that, so I was like, wait a minute. Let me just take my time. And boom, I found what I was looking for. You know what I'm saying? So the lessons he gives me helps me in life, which ultimately helps me in the ring. Because you know, when you start feeling good, you're going to perform good.
Right. He has his value is very high.
Oh yeah, man, super high. You know, and that's the thing. A lot of people just don't really understand just how valuable
being around coaches.
Yeah, just how valuable it truly is. Because a lot of times people now today think they know everything. You know, maybe because they might watch this on TV or they heard this from somebody. But OG has really lived that life. You know what I mean? He done been around these people. You know, greats like Muhammad Ali. You know, and learn from. I'm telling you, people who really know a lot of stuff. And OG passes that stuff down. But you have to be willing to listen. And he always that's another thing he always tells me. If you listen, you're going to get better. He told me that because I used to spar some of Coach Musa's guys. And I told him, I was like, anytime I sparred, then when they was with you, they was better. I'm not just saying that. They was better. When they was with somebody else, I was blasting them out of there. But when they got with him, they got better. And he told me, and when I told him that, he looked at me and said, well, that should tell you something. Now, if you listen to me, you going to get better. You know, not just in boxing, but in life. So, you know, everything he tells me, as long as I listen, it always pays off.
And that's beautiful. And one thing I wanted to go back to was, I know you mentioned that you had a coach previously for 10 years.
Yeah.
And then you got with Coach Musa and you kind of seen how your game elevated to the next level. Mm-hmm. And, you know, that's one thing that I wanted to tell fighters is that it's okay to switch coaches.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not saying go around switching coaches because y'all get into a little disagreement or whatnot. But just like everything else in life, man, sometimes you're around people to get you to a certain level. Some things are for a reason and not a season.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I agree.
So sometimes it's like I was meant to go with you only this far on this journey, but I have to turn and go this way to go to the next level. And there's nothing wrong with that. And if that person truly cares about you and your career as a fighter, he should have no problem with you doing what you got to do to advance.
Yeah, no, that's true, man. You know, and that's why you have to be able to say to yourself, like OG tells me as well, you know, you got to take care. My dad says the same thing. You got to take care of yourself first. Like when you start realizing in your spirit, hey, it's probably time. You know, I love you, and if they love you like they say they do, then there shouldn't be no hard feelings like you said. But, you know, when I was there for that time period, like I said, everything happens for a reason. It was time for me to move. And like I said, me coming here with Coach Musa, it's a lot of things I was doing. And granted, we haven't been working nowhere near as long as when I was there. So I got a lot of stuff that's kind of like deep rooted. But he's helping me, you know, redefine aspects of my game so it can help me reach the next level. So, you know, when you can get that feeling, that sense of it's time to leave, it's time to go then. You just got to say, hey, it's time to go, man. I got to do what's best for me, because if you don't, time going to pass you by, and, hey, you're going to be one of the people saying, I would have, should have, could have.
Right. Because once you get that feeling, that's just your spirit talking to you. And your spirit is never wrong. It's sometimes our physical. As man, we try to convince, oh, I got a feeling that I should do this, but then I want to put my man effect on it and move this way, and then it always slap you in the face. Yeah. So, man, if it's something in your spirit telling you one thing, 9 times out of 10, that's the right thing.
Man, he told me something that I'll never forget one day when we got done working out or something. Maybe I got done sparring. But he was telling me, he was like, You need to think with your spirit and not your head when you're in the ring. And I didn't necessarily understand that the second he said that, but then I started thinking when he said it, he meant your spirit, like how you said, your spirit will guide you. You know what I'm saying? It's your mind sometimes that'll have you sitting there, maybe will it work? I don't know. That split second, like he'll tell me sometimes you made the move. My spirit guided me to make the right move. But then my mind is what caused the hesitation to say, is it there? Well, maybe, okay, maybe. You know
opportunity gone.
The opportunity gone. You know what I'm saying? Your spirit is going to lead. You have to trust it. Faith. You know what I'm saying? Like my faith in God, it has to be strong enough to say I'm confident in what I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? And let your spirit guide you throughout, not just in the ring, but also throughout life. Your spirit's gonna talk to you, but a lot of people don't listen to their spirits, and that's why they say, I don't know what I should do. You know what you should do, but you're going back and forth right here. Your spirit gonna give you one answer. Spirit don't give you multiple answers. It's your mind that starts saying, maybe it's this, maybe it's that, maybe it's red, maybe it's blue, it's green. No, your spirit told you what it was. But then you coming up with different, well, maybe it could be orange. You know what I'm saying? So you got to just listen to your spirit and trust in it, and it'll go well. But that's why I keep referring to a lot of stuff saying he told me, because I'm telling you, he's told me a whole bunch of stuff that helps me throughout life. It's just a lot of stuff to remember, but the more he says it, I start being able to apply it more often.
Yeah, that's beautiful, man. I mean, I'm taking in well everything you're saying. You know, it's a true testament of who you are and who Coach Musa is. So back to you, Coach. Hearing everything that money has to say about you, you know, how does that make you feel? Does it make you feel like you're fulfilling what you set out to do in this game of boxing? And
oh yeah, most definitely. You know, I don't like. You know, I talk a lot. You know, but I don't like to toot my own horn all the time. But people will say, man, if you don't toot your horn, who's gonna toot it? You know. Yeah. So sometimes, you know, I want to be a person that's conceited and whatnot and think that I'm the real thing, not like that. But it just make me reverence where I came from, the wound that I was born out of. You know, I always been a person that was attractive. You know, like when I come into a room, whatnot, seem like it's a gravitational pull. People just automatically come to me. I go to different gyms, you know, and people sit and watch. And then all of a sudden, I know I got a little audience. The people coming, you mind if I won't be in your way. You mind if I do this? You mind? And I said, listen, all you got to do is be able to listen like Money says, because God has blessed me to be able to see something in you that you can't see in yourself. In the Bible, you know, Joseph was a man of vision. He could tell you all about it. If you had a dream, he could tell you different things. And I, in a sense, could tell you sometime your path only because of what your character possessed. A young fighter I used to train, he told Money. He said, man, everything Coach told me happened. Mm-hmm. It happened the way that he told me that it happened, you know? But I seen it. But also I seen some things that was within him that he didn't see in himself, but he didn't want to challenge it. You know, he gave into it. He gave into the persuasive spirit, the devil spirit. The devil carries a spirit too. So you got to be able to differentiate what's good, you know, what's coming from the soul, than something just suggestions or whispered to you, you know. So I feel good about what he says about me. It just support the evidence of what most people would say. You know, they say, you know, you're a different kind of person.
Overhand entertainment, where you at?